This is the power plant in Mona, Utah, and we're going to a greenhouse installation that's associated with this power plant. It's one of the nicest greenhouses in the state of Utah, really in the entire Intermountain West. So behind me is the greenhouse. It's a full 28 acres, and what really makes this greenhouse interesting is the whole principle of using waste energy from a power plant to heat and also provide CO2 to a greenhouse facility. It produces electric power, but the byproduct of that is waste heat, waste CO2. And that waste heat, waste CO2 is used in this facility behind me. So you actually have cleaning your hands, cleaning your feet, putting on gloves, everything to minimize cross-contamination. Okay. They're all glass.
Yes.
Wow, that's expensive. So you only have 1 year out of these. You don't.
Yeah. So you get about 48 weeks out of tomato plants, because then after that
Really?
they just start to get ugly. Everything they do just get. All the tomato done is done walking on the ground, not on those carts.
On the ground.
Yeah. So you're walking on the ground.
So they walk on the ground. You just lower them all down.
We do.
So they have almost an auto scrubber that goes along and cleans the top. It takes about a week to do that from the outside, and then about 2 weeks to spray the inside. And that's done once a year. Keep the glass nice and fresh and clean. So those sodium halide lights, is what they are?
Sodium, high pressured. They're HPS lights, so high pressured sodium lights.
So the high pressure sodium lights, those supply a certain spectrum of lighting, but also radiant heating. And then the LED lights supply just a little bit of supplemental energy in the wintertime to help promote growth.
When we get the plants, they come on these separate cubes here. They'll be about 30 centimeters tall. And then we grab them they get delivered from the propagator. That can be in Canada or someone else in the US. But we get the plants 30 centimeters tall, and then we transplant them onto here. And then they slowly develop a root system. And they have a special purpose that you can introduce biologicals with them and help breed the biologicals as well. I just can't remember.
A wasp was in there.
Yeah, yep. So there's about 100 wasps per card. So they're microscopic wasps. These are primarily Encarsia that primarily help with the white flies. Wow. So this is an old card. I'm sure there's nothing left on this card at this point.
Okay.
So we start in the first row 1 week, and then on week 2 we'll do the second row, and then. But the LEDs, they are.
So these bumblebee hives. These bumblebee hives are good for about 12 weeks. So they put them in every 12 weeks and they pollinate your entire greenhouse. One thing that's interesting about this location is they use energy screens to keep the light from dissipating into the community, because it would look like a sunset. So much energy is occurring here from the artificial light in the evening. And I never would have thought about that.
You can pack into those bigger boxes, shipped on.
Thanks.